Why, hello there, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I do hope everybody is off to a great start today. As promised, this is the day I am doing my Q&A that I have been, it's been a week in the making. If you guys remember, last week I did put a post here up on YouTube and my Instagram asking you guys for questions regarding Grant Ray. I wanted to know what you guys wanted to know about me. As we are a family here, I want to get you guys a little more acquainted with, who I am and, things you might not know about me. Which is why I did ask you guys for your questions and your curiosities regarding me. And I got some good questions. I was very, very happy about that. I'm an open book. I'm a very, very honest person. I am unashamed of my past. I've done a lot of crazy things in my life. I've done a lot of good in my life. I've done bad. I am human. I am not afraid to share any of that. And I feel that's the kind of energy that attracts me and that I like to be around. So I try to give that off as well. Which is why we're doing this Q&A today. And you already know the words. I'm excited. Enough said. I wanted to first ask, guys, do you like the ensemble? Do you like the ensemble? I just bought it. I know you guys have probably seen, I've been going a little crazy with the shopping, but for me, 33 is a very big year. My birthday is Friday. This Friday, I'm turning 33. And for me, it's a big deal because I've faced a lot of adversity the past year. And I made it through, and I accomplished probably more in the past year than I have in my entire life professionally. So I'm very, very proud of that, which is why I feel that I deserve to do a little bit of splurging, and I did. As you guys can probably see, the shirt, brand new Versace shirt, got new Versace belt. Bought some nice shoes, some more clothes, all that good stuff. You guys, if you've seen me on this channel, and I hope you have, hope this is not your first time, you know I live for fashion. Music and fashion are my passions. I cannot be without either of them. They both go hand in hand. So when you see me on camera, just know I am going to be dressed up come hell or high water, and that's it. So I hope you like the ensemble. Do you like me better with the glass or without? We have to pretend we have to play Anna Wintour now with the dark sunglasses. But as I said, we're doing the Q&A today. I'm super, super excited. Got some really juicy questions, and I cannot wait for us to get into it. So let's do so. Before I begin today's video, as always, if you are new here, welcome to the community. I am happy to have you here. If you would please be so kind, hit that subscribe button. No, smash that subscribe button. I got tons of content coming you don't want to miss. Give the video a thumbs up at the end, and don't you forget to check the social handles in the drop-down box below. As always, be sure to visit my website, grantray.com. And if you're looking for new pieces for your wardrobe, I do also have new merch, so check the link in the drop-down box below. Let's get into this Q&A. Okay, I'm going to be switching from YouTube to Instagram back and forth to read these questions from you lovely people. So bear with me, and we're going to get to it now. Okay, guys, so the first question I'm going to read comes from Vince Herbert, who asked, what is your favorite song? What is your greatest strength and weakness? Very good question, Herbert. Thank you very much for that. It's very difficult to have a favorite song because if you guys have been paying attention to me, I'm a lover of most different genres in music. I like rock, I like soul, I like R&B, I like gospel, I like country. I love most music at least. There's some genres I'm not too fond of. We're not going to go into that. But when you say favorite song, it's difficult. But for me personally, at this point in my life, I do have two favorite songs, but if it comes down to one favorite song, one favorite song, it still has got to be Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. My two top favorite songs of all time are Man in the Mirror and September by Earth, Wind & Fire. Those two songs just... The reason why I said Man in the Mirror, though, is because I have such a history with the song. I started singing the song years ago, decades ago. And I have such a strong connection with the song. I actually did re-record it and release it. It was part of my first studio album back in 2015. What was that, 8 years ago? Feels like decades ago for me. I'm like such a different person now, but that song, I just, it's such an important song in just history in general and culture. And I sort of did my own spin on it with respecting Michael Jackson's version of it. But it just, the song, it's one of those songs that brings people from all backgrounds together, and it has such a strong message. I won countless different competitions singing the song actually years ago. When I was sort of doing that competition circuit, and I learned so much, I grew so much as a vocalist and delivering that song, to the best of my ability, and learning new ways how to deliver it through the years. So I have an incredible appreciation and gratitude for the song and for Michael Jackson in general. The next question comes from JoeBuck87 here on YouTube, who is a loyal subscriber. I'm so thankful to have you here, Joe. Thank you very much for the questions. And Joe asked, what do you think about this shooting? What are your thoughts on Roe versus Wade possibly being overturned? A bit more personal. Who are you currently dating? Are you in any relationship at all? Favorite genre of music? What is your honest opinion about Whitney Houston? Whew, several questions in one. What do I think about the recent shootings? You guys know what happened in Buffalo. Absolutely heartbreaking, but I've said it over and over about these different current events. It's a sign of the times we are living in. And I am not in any way in any position to reference this to anything else. But I feel personally like we are sort of tiptoeing to another civil war, if you will. It's sort of like a downward spiral I've been seeing happen since this whole pandemic began. I feel people feel entitled to show their true faces now, and that's where all this rage is coming from. I don't think this rage is new. A lot of people are like, oh, all these people, everybody's so angry now. I feel people have had these feelings and this rage for a long time, but now people they're letting down their walls. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's taking off their masks and showing who they really are, which is a really tragic thing, but it's also a good thing because now you see who is who. People aren't camouflaged anymore, you know what I mean? So, absolutely devastating, heartbreaking. These were, obviously, absolutely amazing people. A lot of these people involved in the shooting were older people, such accomplished, great people, leaders in the community. Just, it's absolutely devastating. But when things like this happen, like I said, it really just reinforces the fact that we need to be grateful for every day that we have here on Earth. Our number could be up at any minute, so you never know when your time is through, you know what I mean? So every day I wake up, I thank the Lord above, because the things that have happened to me in the past could have been over a long time ago. So I approach each day, like I said, as a gift, and I think everybody should do the same. Now moving on to a lighter subject. Who am I currently dating? Good question. Very interesting, because I'm not dating anyone. I was in a relationship years ago when I was, I believe, 19 or 20, 100 years ago. I'm 30, turning 33 now, so that was a while ago. I had a bad experience because I was very insecure. I was still having body sort of dysmorphia back then. if you guys don't know, when I was a teenager, I was severely overweight. When I was 13 years old, I was over 300 pounds. I lost over 100 pounds in less than 6 months, and I became a new person. But I developed a lot of eating disorder sort of issues after that. I was anorexic for a while. I became bulimic. I was hospitalized for internal bleeding because of all of that. A lot of stuff happened in my teens and into my early 20s. So I was going through a lot of body dysmorphia in that relationship, and I was always looking over my shoulder. And it caused a lot of drama. And this person I was with was much older than me. I was always with older people because that's just sort of what I vibed with from the gate. But it just was, it wasn't a great experience, but it was a learning experience. I did learn a lot, and I became a new person through it. But I made the conscious decision after that relationship ended to really, really, really just focus on myself, sort of keep my head down, grind, hustle, get my career off the ground, and I did. I accomplished, everything I set out to. And my whole thing is, everybody has their own agenda, but me personally, I feel once you are fully, established and you are where you want to be in your life, that's when you go looking for another person to share that with. I don't feel I would be of any use right now, as I feel like I'm still in transit to my destination. I am doing good, but I feel like I know where I want to go. I know what I want in life, and I feel I need to do that alone in order to get there. Once I'm there, then I can, enjoy that with another person. But I'm enjoying the solo life now. I'm having a good time. I'm hustling. I'm making things happen. I'm accomplishing, and I'm living pretty good. So I'm happy about that. But I am single right now, and it's going to stay that way till further notice. Favorite genre of music? Another loaded question. It's very difficult to say, but if it comes down to one genre of music, I have to stay true to my origins, and that would be soul music. That is the groundwork for my vocals. I love rock, I love country, I love all of those other genres, but vocal wise, singing wise, I learned how to sing from the soul singers, specifically from the divas. That's just what I gravitated towards. Fun fact, the first song that I actually attempted to sing to was the song Rhythm of the Night. I don't know if you guys have heard it before. This is the rhythm of the night, the night. Whoa, yeah! Little rusty this morning, excuse me, but that is the song that I sort of first was attracted to, that sort of soulful, diva style of singing. So soul music and me have had a bond since the very beginning. Like I said, it's the groundwork for me musically, and it's where I sort of learned all of my instinctual skills as a vocalist. And as a songwriter, I must add. And I sort of translated that into different genres. I sort of took a book from Tina Turner's, career. What she did was she took that soulful style of singing and she merged it with rock, with the blues, with all these other... And technically these genres all do merge, but that's what I wanted to really, really emphasize was bringing that soulful sound across the board into all genres. I feel I've done a pretty good job as of now, so I would have to say soul music is my baby. What is my honest opinion of Whitney Houston? Man, how long do y'all got? Because we gotta, we could take all day talking about the Whitney Houston. Coffee break, I'm a little dry. Whitney Houston, I've said it in every reaction video. The GOAT... I don't care what anybody says, my opinion, the greatest of the great. There is nobody that can compete. There will never be anybody who can top Whitney Houston. She is the best of the best. She is the benchmark of singing. Across the board, no questions asked. You want to be a singer, that's the one to study. There's a lot of great singers to pay attention to. Whitney Houston is the one and the only. That is it. Point blank and the period. Now, Frank D asked, what motivates your music? I love the questions, guys. Thank you very much, Frank D. What motivates my music is a multitude of things. A little backstory, if you guys don't know about me. came from a very, very, very violent, turbulent childhood. I had a very rough childhood. A lot of domestic violence, a lot of drug abuse, alcohol, all that stuff. I was born into a multiracial sort of atmosphere. I am half white, half black. For those of you who don't know, a lot of people mistake me as a lot of different things, but I am half white, half black. Never met my father's side of the family. My father was shot to death when I was a baby for trying to do better with his life, as a lot of black men are, from jealous people. And I was raised by my mother, who was white. She died just last year. But I experienced so many different things during childhood. We were dirt poor, just ridiculed. I was overweight my entire childhood. We had to get clothes from the thrift store because we were that poor. I never had what the other kids had. I didn't have a cell phone until I bought my own when I was 18 years old. So, I've been through a lot in my life. It was a very rough start, but I made a way for myself, and I'm doing pretty decent now, thanks to hard work. What the main topic that motivates my music is perseverance. You guys hear it in a lot of my songs, especially in one of my latest songs, "Gotta Keep Pushing On," which is the lead single of my latest studio album, J. True. If y'all haven't got it, I need you to go get it ASAP. But perseverance, strength, determination, those are the main key factors that go into my music. I always try to bring awareness to the fact that people need to believe in themselves, that people need to keep the positivity, because there's a lot of things that can distract you from your goals and distract you from your path. A lot of people that can try to deter you from your path, and they still do to me this day. I still got people even at some of my freelance day jobs that don't like me, that try to bring me down. Ain't gonna happen, not now, not ever, so keep trying, baby. Anyway, that is one of the main things that I always try to strive for in my music, is to make people feel the way I wish I felt growing up. I wish I had these people that were motivating me, so I want to bring that to the next generation. And I always try to take my listener on a journey, specifically with my latest studio album, J. True. There's a lot of positivity, but there's a lot of dark moments on the album too. There's always that light at the end of the tunnel sort of vibe, though. I always try to bring people through a realm of emotions, which is what I feel people back in the day used to do in music. Ain't so prevalent anymore with a lot of different artists we ain't gonna mention, but that's what I try to do as much as possible, is to keep that emotion alive, to bring connection with my audience, whomever my audience may be, whether it's one person, whether it's 200, 2,000 people, whomever is listening. I want to bring them on a journey emotionally, spiritually, with me, and to bring that sort of, like I said, light at the end of the tunnel approach to the whole thing. Okay, guys, so the next question comes from MassJP5 on Instagram. Thank you so much for following me and being part of my community on Instagram. I'm so thankful, and I love having you there. MassJP asked, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Very good question once again. Let me get another sip of coffee. My throat is itching like crazy today. I don't know what's going on. It's getting on my nerves, though. I have to be careful not to spill on the new Versace, though. If I could live anywhere, I'll tell you what. New York is always going to be my baby. I lived there briefly in my early 20s, learned a lot, had a really rough time, but learned a lot of lessons. I don't feel it is responsible of me to move back there, though, until I am... I feel that I am ready to live the life that I want. I don't feel that I would be able to live life to the fullest right now because I'm still, in transition. Both personally and financially. I feel once I am set where I really, really, really want to be, then I can live, a really, really good life. And I don't like to live anything less than that. I don't like to struggle. I don't like to have a difficult time. I like to live good. So I feel where I am, here in Miami currently, I do live, I work my ass to the bone. I work like a dog, but I live good. You know what I mean? So In the future, maybe 10 years down the road, I would have to say New York. New York is always going to be my baby. What is your favorite album? Comes from FK Darmstadt on Instagram and YouTube. I'm so thankful once again to have you guys here on my Instagram and YouTube. You guys make it, such a great time. We are family. Great question, mister. What is my favorite album? It's a very, very loaded question. Once again, I have so many from so many different artists. I can't tell you guys I have a favorite album, but I will tell you this. A couple of my favorite albums would have to be Mariah Carey's first album. Her self-titled debut, absolutely groundbreaking, astonishing. I learned so much. My first demo in the studio was of Mariah Carey's Vision of Love. So I have a deep, deep, deep connection to her work and her first album in particular. Her Butterfly album was another, very special moment for me. It was in the 90s. It was growing up. Like I said, rough time, but I had such a great time with her, listening to her music and her songwriting on that album. Specifically on a song called Outside, which inspired a song from my latest album, G True, called Where Do We Fit? I did a sort of an homage to that song, so I have a very, very personal appreciation for that album as well. Mariah Carey, being sort of a biracial heroine, sort of was the person that I could look up to as a biracial person growing up. So those two albums from her hold a very deep place in my heart. Another favorite album of mine is the Purple Rain soundtrack from my favorite artist of all time, Mr. Prince. That album, absolutely legendary. Every track on that album, absolute masterpiece in one way or another. I can't even begin to talk about it because we'll be here all day. But like I said, absolute brilliance. Prince is one of the greats, one of the best of all time. Across the board musician, one of the greatest singers of all time, one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Just absolute great, the pinnacle of greatness in every way. And that album was like diamond, an absolute diamond. That's all. Okay, BJ6492 here on YouTube wanted to know, who is your favorite female vocalists? Loaded question again. If you guys, as I've said a million times, the main influences in my singing, I had so many different female and male singers who influenced me, but it was the divas who really, really, really laid the groundwork for me vocally, and I learned so much from them. I can't give just one because I have so many different female vocalists in different genres that I look up to. But if I can give you guys four, the four who really, really laid the groundwork and really taught me most of what I know, I would have to say Whitney, Mariah, Aretha, and Christina. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, and Christina Aguilera. Those are the four who really, I feel, had the biggest impact in me and in the world in general vocally. Those four were groundbreakers in their own rights, each of them. They each brought something new to the table that wasn't prominent before, and they each created a new sound in one way or another. I feel there's so many great singers out there. Like you guys see in my reaction videos, I talk about so many great singers who bring their own, but those four really brought something new to the table. And I just learned, like I said, so much from each of them. To this day, absolute icons, absolute legends. There will never be anyone like either of those four. And I feel all four of them learned something from the person before. Aretha learned so much of what she knew from Mahalia Jackson. If y'all don't know who Mahalia Jackson, she's another one of my favorites. You need to study her because she's probably the greatest gospel singer of all time. But Aretha learned from Mahalia. Whitney learned from Aretha. Mariah learned from Whitney. Christina learned from all four of them. So it was sort of like passed down through the generations, and they each created something new with it. They took it and they ran with it, and that's what I'm all about. I feel today there's so many different artists that try their damnedest to sound like other people. And a lot of times I'm not throwing shade, but I am throwing shade because y'all know I do a good job at it. A lot of the artists today are forced by their record label to sound like someone, to manipulate their natural sound to sound like someone. I'm not naming names. We all know the people I'm talking about. But that's sort of what the design is today, what the business model, if you will, is today. But these four really created their own, and that is to be commended. That's what it's all about. Making your own, learning from the greats, but turning it into your own. Okay, guys, so I hope you have had a great time with my Q&A. We're going to be wrapping it up now with the last question. Like I said, my throat, very, very dry today. I don't know what's going on. I haven't eaten too much. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Anywho. Last question, once again from FK Darmstadt here on YouTube, who wanted to know, are you always charming? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Let me take the glasses off so I can reveal my eyes today. That's sort of a funny question because so many people have had different opinions on me in the past. In my 20s was sort of a period of transition. I did get sort of a bad reputation with some people who claimed that I was becoming sort of a diva, sort of a male divo or whatever you want to call it. Other people do think I'm charming. Some people think I'm nice. Some people think I'm a complete asshole. I will tell you this. I do my damnedest to be good to people. It's not always easy, and sometimes I may come across rough to a lot of people because I do have a very strong personality. I am a Gemini, so I can switch like this. I do have a very, 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 very bad temper, so it's very hard for me to sort of keep my composure sometimes. But at 33, I've learned how to do so, and I'm becoming more and more sort of reserved day by day. I'm taking it step by step, but I'm getting better at it. But I hope that I am, as charming as possible, and I'm good to people. If you're good to me, I'm good to you. I feel I have gotten a bad reputation in the past for being mean or being a diva or being whatever you want to call it, because people have either disrespected me, have come at me the wrong way, or have done something else to piss me off. I am not saying there's a reason to be an asshole for no reason. I'm never an asshole for no reason. I'm never mean for no reason. If I am mean or if I snap or if I am, cold, there's typically a reason for it. My natural disposition, though, in public especially, I'm not a very chatty person, believe it or not, in public. I'm very, very quiet. I'm very focused. When I go out to get my shit done and get home. If I'm out, I'm either headed to work, headed to one of my day jobs, I'm headed to the studio, I'm headed to a gig, I'm headed to a show, or I'm headed to shop. Or I might be out working out, but I don't do bullshit. I don't walk around without a purpose. When I'm out, I'm on a mission, and I want to get it done and get back. So, in the midst of all that, to answer the question, I do try to be as charming and as, personable as possible. But different people take it a different way. I will say this. I'm not easy to work with, though, professionally, because I am very, very decisive. I know exactly what I want. I know what the outcome should be. Whether it be on my music in the studio, whether it be on music video, in photo shoots, or in my day jobs with other coworkers. I don't put up with bullshit. I don't do small talk. I don't do gossiping. I don't do negativity. None of that. I keep it the fuck away from me. I tell people from the get-go, I'm good to you. Just don't bring the bullshit in my face, or we're going to have a problem. So, yes and no. I feel I am charming, and I'm not. Like I said, I can be cold if people push me there. But if you're good to me, I'm going to be good to you, and that's the end of the story. That's all there is to it. That's about it, though. I'm going to put down the phone. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who brought their questions to me via YouTube and Instagram. I am so happy I could let you guys into my world and let you know more about me as a person. There's a lot more about me, but you have to sort of read my bio and my website. And I do also, for those of you who don't know, I have a book, my autobiography, A Construction of Hope. You can still get a copy if you want to read it on my website, also, grantray.com. Once again, it is my birthday Friday, so if you'd like to donate to me or the channel, you can do so through Cash App right over here. Be greatly appreciated. Outside of that, I look forward to seeing you guys in my upcoming reaction videos. And don't forget, I have a new show. The Grant Ray Back to Music show is coming up in a couple weeks. June 18th in Hollywood, Florida. All the details are on my website, grantray.com, and I hope to see you guys there. Love you all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Keep the positivity going. We need all we can get in this world. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.